to personally welcome you to the first plenary session of the morning. It's entitled, Why Didn't I Think of That? And this plenary session was introduced at the conference for the first time in 2008. It was designed to address your growing entrepreneurial and creative spirit. And 3 years later, I'm glad to see that this is still, and that creative spirit is alive and well. This plenary and the accompanying Entrepreneur of the Year Award, which will be announced at the end of the program, are truly components of our strategy to support, educate, nurture, and uplift our budding and current entrepreneurs. These are signature events that we intend to program each year, bringing you the most innovative minds in the category. We'd also like to hear your comments on our programming, so please don't forget to fill out and turn in your evaluation forms to the volunteers at the end of the program. Today you'll benefit from the lessons of another group of great minds, and so let's begin that program. Our moderator for today's program is Damon John, a man who started a clothing company in his mom's basement in Queens, New York, and in 10 years' time transformed it into a global fashion empire. He's a star on ABC's critically acclaimed reality business show Shark Tank, and founder and CEO of FUBU, a company which has amassed over $4 billion in worldwide sales to date. He's the recipient of numerous awards, including Crane's Business of New York 40 Under 40, the NAACP's Entrepreneur of the Year Award, Brand Week's Marketer of the Year Award, and Ernst & Young's New York Entrepreneur of the Year. He is author of 2 books, Display of Power, which was voted one of the best business books in 2007, by the Library Journal, as well as The Brand Within, which has been called an essential blueprint for brand building. As a consultant and public speaker, he shares his expertise with everyone from students to aspiring entrepreneurs and small business owners, as well as the CEOs of major corporations. He's been featured on Bloomberg News, CNBC, Fox Business, and the Wall Street Journal, and many other prominent media outlets. In addition to traditional media, he's no stranger to social media. He can be found sharing his business advice on Twitter at @TheSharkDamon, on Facebook, and his own website, damonjohn.com. You can see him every week on NBC's Shark Tank, but today we have the pleasure of having him live and in person. But first, let's take a look at this video.
The belief that our destiny will not be written for us, but by us, for us, but by us, for us, but by us.
The man who built a multi-million-dollar fashion empire.
This is 220s. This is what this man had started with, to build a billion-dollar empire.
Damon John displayed his entrepreneurial talents at an early age.
Damon John turned rags to riches with his clothing brand, FUBU.
Now FUBU would be no fat ball. It's crazy. Open all the doors for everybody.
You created a brand and, again, created part of a movement.
I created this market about 15 years ago when they said there wasn't an urban market. This space did not exist. And what I created was what today we call a $20 billion market.
Damon John is the man we need to help us get a better understanding of the loyalty-based relationships that brands and celebrities create.
We sold $30 million worth of product in 3 months. It was about breaking through boundaries.
You know you're large when your company is on an Indy 500 race car.
Everything you've seen from FUBU, Coogee, Heatherette, and all the brands that I own have come from directly under our office. I know everything from the brand development side to the manufacturing side, all the way to the advertising side.
He successfully created brands. He's written books about it, Display of Power, and my favorite, which I love, The Brand Within.
The hit new ABC reality show, Shark Tank.
Whether you like FUBU or not, I have branded a stinking pair of jeans globally.
To take a brand that's declining and make it hot again.
Fresh from last week's premiere of Shark Tank, 2 of the Sharks, Damon John and our own Season 5 favorite, Mark Cuban.
You have the power that people want. What's the magic secret sauce?
The magic secret to power is to be decisive.
This is Jeopardy!
You'll be just another fish in the sea if you don't understand the concept of this.
As a result of his success, he wanted to share his knowledge with other aspiring entrepreneurs.
I'm a student of life, and I'm truly somebody who stands on the shoulders of giants. I see that excitement in these young entrepreneurs.
And you're not only a successful entrepreneur, you've just given back to the community in so many great ways.
It takes the same energy to think small as it does to think big, and you must think big.
I have unlimited manufacturing capabilities. I have the power to do this deal and make you filthy rich.
The great entrepreneurs of our generation, Damon John.
Damon John.
Damon John.
Damon John.
Damon John.
The forerunner. He is the leader. He is the guy that started it off, a pioneer.
Are you ready? You are the best. You are the best. After the break, we're going to try to make some more money.
Thank you. Let me see if my mic's on here. You guys got me? Ah, man, I love being in the A. Oh, I love it. So I just came here, and they gave me a script to read to talk about the panel today. And I had just gotten the script, and I don't want to fumble over half of it, so I'm going to go off the top of my head a little bit. So, you know, a lot of people think about inventors, and they think either mad genius or overnight sensation, instant millionaire. And I think that there are few and far between in regards to that. It's just like, you know, when somebody's poor, they call them crazy, and when they're rich, they're just eccentric, right? Inventors, I've been one. I think we all come up with, I come up with 6 or 7 inventions every day that I never use. And I think that inventors go through a lot of trials and tribulations until they come up with the perfect invention, creation, brand, product, or company. The challenge with being an inventor is they say there is really nothing new in the world. It's only something with a new form of delivery. Whether it's a message in the bottle or whether it's an email or Twitter, it's still just a message. And you have to be, as an inventor, somebody that would understand how to navigate those waters and make it new and attractive to somebody else, to make them feel that that invention or product you have basically improves their quality of life. So what we're going to do today is we're going to bring up a couple of people who are going to share their stories with you, a panel, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to do some Q&A, and I believe that we have some volunteers for the Q&A that during the end, the volunteers, can you please identify yourselves, guys? All right. Let me see. One bunch of pretty ladies. There you go. The volunteers will, you can flag them, and they'll hand you an index card, and they'll collect them when you're ready. And now I'm going to introduce our panelists. First panelist is Chris Spencer. He's an entrepreneur and a CEO of WN Custom Designs, which specializes in creating or teaming up with creators of great new innovative products and ideas, helping bring their ideas to life. Chris and his team created the company's first major product, the Hydromax. He took the product from conceptual idea to a tangible product that can be found on the store shelves. This product was recently featured on ABC television's Shark Tank. I think I tried to cut his throat and get that deal. I don't think it happened for me. But I do remember Chris from the show, and he received his bachelor's. Chris received his bachelor's in San Francisco State University, where he was an All-American baseball athlete and drafted twice. Chris Spencer currently holds 2 United States patents and 3 provisional patents. He continues to work in corporate America, supporting his family, while he works diligently after hours, making his entrepreneurial success and dreams come true. Please welcome Chris Spencer. Looking good, Chris, looking good. All right, Michael McCoy. Michelle McCoy. I'm sorry, Michael McCoy. Oh, sorry about that. Michael McCoy is an avid amateur, inventor, entrepreneur who has been featured in popular media outlets such as Parade Magazine, Entrepreneur Magazine, Wired, Gizmag, and more. His iPad case, The Cloak, grew from online success to a viable contender in the popular iPad case market, selling over 15,000 units. By day, Mike McCoy puts his master's in system engineering and bachelor's in mechanical engineering to use working for a large pharmaceutical company. When not spending time on entrepreneurial endeavors, Mike enjoys spending time with his wife and 6-month-old son. A knower of all things web-related, Mike enjoys sharing his tips for success with other amateur inventors, entrepreneurs, with this emphasis on how to effectively use the web to aid in their endeavor. Please welcome Mike McCoy. And that will be it, then me. Okay. Now the Q&A for the moderation. You want me to start moderating? Okay. So, do we have any questions that we handed in yet? Till we get questions, freestyle. Okay. I rather stand up and talk to these two gentlemen. All right, so I think the challenge is always, you know, Mom always told me, don't quit your day job. But your homework is going to be the only thing that is going to make you rich, right? And both you guys have families, and both you guys have inventions and products.
Correct.
At what point do you decide to make the inventions and the products
What you do now matters. Your leadership now matters, and that.
Is that God talking?
Hello. Special.
All right, so why don't we do this? So, at what point do you decide that the business is worth, you know, investing all the time, and that means obviously a lot more risk. So, either one of you guys want to take that?
I'll speak up and take it. Me personally, the decision I made is that my family is going to be a priority. You know, I voluntarily decided to get married and have kids. So my priority needs to be around making sure my kids and my family are always first. And in the world we live in today, you know, working for a company that can provide stability, providing a home in a good neighborhood for your kids with, you know, health care, like I said, basically stability, for me is a priority. So when do I leave corporate America and stability to jump into entrepreneurship? And I would say it's when I can actually provide that for myself.
So that's a calculated risk, but unfortunately corporate America